Hi, fourth graders. We are going to start working with mixed numbers and fractions that are greater than 1 or bigger than 1 today. And we're going to use your iTools again today a lot to use that. So you're going to want to log into Think Central and open up your fractions iTools. I want to start in your workbook today. So we're on page 301. Open up to page 301. And let's just look at what a mixed number is. A mixed number is exactly what it says. It's a number that consists of a whole number and a fraction. So here you see 1 4/6 or 3 4/5. So it's got whole numbers and then parts of a whole as well. We're going to use Melly's Deli here to figure out what how whole mixed numbers actually work. And I forgot to mention up top here, we call these improper fractions. When the top number, that numerator, is bigger than the denominator, the bottom number, we call that an improper fraction. So mixed numbers and improper fractions. All right, so we have 19 friends. We're going to use this board. We have 19 friends decide to buy lunch for their camping trip. They order 2 super sandwiches. Each camper eats 1 serving. Okay, so we have our super sandwiches, and that is here, right? So this is the one we're dealing with, right? You can get, it serves 10, tells me there, and it's $22. Okay, how many campers does 1 super sandwich serve? Well, serves 10, so that would serve 10 campers. Remember, we have 19. All right, what fraction of the second sandwich is needed to serve the rest of the campers? Well, we got to figure out how much is left. So the total is 10. So it's going to be out of 10. So I need 19 campers. They eat 1 sandwich. So that's 10 campers that we served. And so 19 minus 10 means there's 9 campers left over. So that means I need 9/10 of that next sandwich. So my new, the fraction of the campers that need to be served would be 9/10. And so what fraction of the second sandwich is left over? Well, we have 9 campers left, and that serves 10. So 10 minus 9, right? Because it's 10 servings of the sandwich. 9 campers are going to eat it because 10 have already eaten. And so that leaves 1 left over. 1 of my 10 slices is left, or 1/10. So what number tells how many super sandwiches the campers ate in all? So we would say that as a fraction, we would say that is 1 9/10. Or you could even say I had 19 pieces and still takes 10 pieces to make my whole. So we could write it either way. And so I know we just started talking about improper fractions and mixed numbers, but this is where we're looking to get to today, to be able to write fractions in this way. All right, so let's back up a little bit. So you're going to see this on 302A in your workbook, and it is fraction strips that are already set up with 1 whole. If you're doing distance learning, you are going to be using iTools quite a bit instead of this today. But if you would rather use this and cut these out, that is up to you. All right, so I want to think about how many fifths are in 1 fraction strip. Okay, and then how many fifths are in 2 fraction strips and 3 fraction strips. And one way we can look at that is we can take our whole, right? And we need to figure out, we should remember that it does take 5/5 to get to 1 whole. Okay, so if each of my wholes has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, I could build another one underneath and have a second one. That's the same thing. So every time I have a whole, I have 5/5. So let's look back at this slide. So 5/5 is 1 whole, and so there are 5/5 in it. How many fifths are in 2 fraction strips? Well, if I were using my iTools here, I can build 2 more fraction strips. And hopefully you're getting to the point where you don't need to do this all the time. Oops. You can do a little bit of work with patterns and what you're noticing. So now I have 2 fraction strips. I have 5 plus 5 more is 10. Right, so now there are, how many fifths are there in 2 fraction strips? There are 10 fifths. We would write it like this. So you can probably see the pattern. How many are coming in 3 fraction strips? Well, I need another group of 5 fifths, so that would get me to 15. Okay? Or 15 fifths is 3. Notice my denominator is staying the same. It still takes, no matter how many of those fraction strips I have, it still takes 5 of them to equal 1 red whole. Okay? All right. So the pattern that we're seeing below, hopefully you're seeing, it grows by groups of 5, right? And so I could say if I had 5 fraction strips, right, 5 is going to equal 5 times 5, or so 5 whole is going to equal 25 fifths. If I had 10 whole, 10 times 5 is 50. That's going to equal 50 fifths. Okay, so you see that pattern by groups of 5 because I'm dealing with fifths. Okay, so in your iTool, I want you to show, we can show 1 whole, kind of like we have up already. So we have 2 whole, and I'm going to break this apart now. Let's break that one apart. And I want to show 3 more fifths. Okay, so what I would do is I would take 3 of those away. So I'm going to pull 3 down here, 3 down there. Okay, so now I have 2 whole. They look very different, but they're the same value, right? 2 whole and 3 fifths. And so how many fifths are in 1 whole? Well, we know that's 5. And how many fifths do I have in all? Well, this is 5, this is 5, and this is 3. So in all, I have 13 fifths, and we would write that as a fraction. We would say 2 different ways of doing it. 13 fifths, or you could say, well, here's 1 whole, here's another whole, so that's 2 whole. So this is the same as 2 whole strips, and then I have 3 extra fifths. So we would call that 2 and 3 fifths. Okay? And so this is just another picture of that, right? We could also count all the fifths, and that's where I was saying this is one way of writing it is 13 of those fifths, or 2 whole and 3 more fifths. Both of these are technically correct. Okay, so I want to look at these on your desk. Let's still deal with fifths, or in your, I want you to try and build 4 and 2 fifths right now in your iTools. So 4 whole and 2 fifths. Go ahead and pause and do that now. Okay, so I built my 4 and 2 fifths. I started with 1 whole, and then 2, 3, 4, and 2 more fifths. And I want to think of how I can name this. Well, I could just say it's 4 whole and 2 fifths more. And so I could say exactly how I wrote it here. Or I could also say, well, let's count the number of fifths that I have. And so I have, you know, there would be 5 in this one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22. And so we could say this is the same as 22 fifths. Go ahead and build 3 and 4 fifths and see how many, if you can name that as well. Go ahead and do that now. When I build my 3 and 4 fifths, I can easily see how many total fifths I'm going to have. And so I have 1, 2, 3 whole, and 4 fifths more. Well, let's look at how many total fifths that is. I know once again there's going to be 5 in here. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 fifths. Okay? So I'm going to write that in, that this is the same as 19 fifths. All right, go ahead and try and pause it now and see if you can figure out another way to write 6 and 3 fifths or 5 and 1 fifth. And then we'll have a way to look at it next. Okay, so you should have come up with, hopefully, if you have 6 whole groups of 5, that's 30, plus your 3 fifths more is 33 fifths. And then the last one, 5 whole groups of 5/5. So 5 times 5 is 25, plus 1 more is going to get you to 26/5. And there's a pattern here that we'll look at towards the end as well. Okay, so this is one way to do it. And really what we did was, if we started with 4 2/5, our very first one, well, that's the same as 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2/5. Okay, but each whole group, each whole that we have, each one of these is really 5/5. So we can write it just like that too. 5/5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5/5. And really that's 20/5 right here. Okay, so our 4 whole is the same as 20/5, and we just needed to add in our last 2, or 22 times 5. Okay. So if we want to go the other way now, we can also use division. So 17/5, we can do the same thing we just did. We can just say, oh, it's 17 divided by 5. Fractions are division. Well, if you remember your traditional division, you're going to start with 3 groups of 5. That's 15. You subtract, and you have a remainder of 2. Well, we're going to write that remainder in a little bit different way now. You have 2 of your whole group of 5, and 2 of 5 looks something like this. So 3 2/5. You could also just decompose it and pull it apart, right? Until you get to your 17/5. So here's 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. And really 5/5 is the same as 1 whole. So 1, 1, 1, that's your 3 whole. And then you had your extra 2/5 here. So you have 3 whole and 2/5. A great way to do this, guys, is to use your I tool, 17/5. If you're going to start with 17/5, just keep building until you make your whole. Okay? You can use this tool for the entire lesson today. It should be really, really helpful. All right. So mixed number word names. So this is how you've heard me say these a lot. So this is just 1 3/4. And here's some other examples. So 2 and 1/2. 1 and 3/5. 2 and 2/3. So you say and when you're combining our mixed numbers. And that's how that works every time. That and means, oh, there's a fraction coming. Okay. So now let's get on to the page for the day. So this is 302, and you can use any method that we've looked at so far, right? You could say 5 2/3, and you could go build your thirds, right? You could use your thirds here and build 5 whole, and then 2 more thirds and count them all up. Or I told you there was one more kind of trick to it. And so we can take our denominator, it's in groups of 3. So this is going to be 3 times 5, because really it's 3/3 plus 3/3 plus 3/3. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 more is going to get you to 17/3. Okay, let me show you that kind of trick one more time. You take your bottom number here, so 7, because everything's in sevenths. So 7 times your whole number. I have 3 groups. And then you add your top numerator here, plus 3. Okay, so I know this is a lot all at once. So if this helps you, great. If you're still building, great. If you have questions, make sure you're asking. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21, plus 3 more is 24, and we're still in sevenths here. That doesn't change. Okay, this was 3 groups times 7 sevenths plus 3 sevenths more. And then for the bottom half, you start to get some of our improper fractions. This is just division. So set it up as a division problem. 40 divided by 6, right? And divide. And whatever your remainder is, it's going to be something, it's going to be a whole number and something over 6. Okay? So there is going to be some Think Central practice. Do your best with this today. It's starting to get a little bit tricky. We'll spend several days on improper fractions and mixed numbers. All right, good luck.